Today is Banned and Restricted Announcement Day in Magic the Gathering, which means there have been some shakeups in constructed formats. Now, Limited does not have a banned list. It would be nonsensical for it to have a banned list, but I still think the sorts of articles they write on Banned and Restricted Announcement Day are interesting to read for constructed, so I decided to write my own article in a similar style about Limited. These thoughts are completely my own. I am not associated with Wizards of the Coast, but I thought that this would be an interesting format for an article, and so I have decided to write it up, and I just want you to know I do not work for Wizards of the Coast, and these thoughts are my own. Anyway, Unofficial Banned and Restricted Announcement, May 18th, 2026. Limited, no changes. Limited, written by Nicolai, no changes. Secrets of Strixhaven has rejuvenated the Limited metagame, with fresh decks and play patterns bursting onto the scene seemingly overnight with the set's release. While the same color pairs from Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles are still the top dogs, the archetype strategies have completely shifted, with ninjas and pizza nowhere to be seen. Instead, various shades of Lorehold, from aggro to mid-range, and multicolored control decks featuring the powerful new mana rock Potioner's Trove have been establishing themselves as contenders. As these decks have risen to prominence and key cards have moved up in pick orders, we've seen Silverquill aggro finding success as a strong counter to decks racing to win the late game, and even Witherbloom aggro as a reasonable meta call to punish slower strategies. All 5 colleges were able to win draft pods at the Pro Tour in the hands of the game's best players, which is very encouraging to see. Given the success of a variety of diverse strategies, and the fact that there will literally never be a banned card in Limited, there are no changes to the Limited banned list in this update. That's not to say there haven't been any problematic cards or play patterns, and there are certainly some things worth monitoring. Arcane Omens has been a particularly devastating uncommon, as the pairing with excellent mana fixing to completely wipe out opposing hands, sometimes as early as turn 4, is tremendously unfun for players who suddenly find themselves staring at the empty place where their cards used to be. Snarl Song has been another incredibly powerful converge payoff at uncommon, and together as one at rare has felt unbeatable in many situations. Incentivizing 5 color with good mana fixing and a sprinkling of payoff cards can be a ton of fun for a format when it is an offbeat strategy that is high risk and high reward. But as a pillar of the meta, it feels a lot less exciting, can lead to many soupy decks that feel similar to one another, and can make players who draft 2-color decks wonder why they even bother. The meta has self-corrected a bit, as players have been snapping up mana fixing and fighting over the payoffs, but these converge cards might have been pushed a bit too far this time around. Another card worth watching is Arc of Hunger, as it not only wins almost every time it is cast, but it wins in a slow and non-deterministic way, where the opponent feels like they have no choice but to wait, hope, and eventually lose. At least Moment of Reckoning and Practiced Offense as bomb rares have the decency to end the game basically the second they are cast. Including more answers to a card like Arc can make it feel a lot more balanced in a format, as Shattered Acolyte and Grapple with Death can only do so much to limit its impact. From a strategical perspective, it is widely understood that players do enjoy playing blue-black from time to time, and the fact that it has yet to be a playable archetype in 2026 has not gone unnoticed. Players enjoy the diversity of a 10-deck meta, and there are future expansions already on the calendar that will provide that experience. Dimir Mages rejoice. Overall, Limited is an awesome format, and recent gameplay has been fun and exciting. Lots of players have been enjoying Secrets of Strixhaven, flocking to the plane after a decent number entered draft hibernation during Turtles. Hopefully the momentum continues into future sets, and I think we can consider Secrets of Strixhaven a job well done, even as we start looking forward to what MTG Marvel Superheroes has to offer. Anyway, that's my unofficial banned and restricted announcement. If you made it to the end of the video, leave hashtag #NoBanList to let me know you made it all the way to the end. Again, these opinions are just my own. I thought I'd have some fun writing my own banned and restricted announcement for Limited with just my thoughts on the format, some problematic cards, and just the way the format has developed overall. That's going to do it for this one, though. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll talk to you next time.